How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel. In this video, we are going to be talking about Tesla stock and the overall stock market. We're going to go over a look at what to expect for Tesla for this upcoming Wednesday. We have Fed rate hikes coming out on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to talk about what kind of price action can we expect for Tesla, also for the overall market, and go over also what are some other important economic data coming out this upcoming week. We can see extreme volatility. So we're going to cover all this important information in this video coming up. As you can see over here, we have Tesla stock that is sitting at $309.07. We're up 1.89%. We've been holding very strong for Tesla stock compared to the overall stock market. As you can see, Tesla is really strong at the current moment. So we talked about in the past what kind of price action that we are expecting after Tesla stock split. We had the sell-off that we're expecting, and we recovered very well, and we even went above the stock split price that we had right around over here, and we are closing to breaking out around $314. So we're getting super close to breaking out. So everything's going to depend upon on Wednesday, of course. There's going to be extreme volatility expected. Let's talk about exactly what kind of price action can we expect for the overall market and also for Tesla stock too. So as you can see, the overall market, we're looking at SPY S&P 500 ETF right now. As you can see, it is not looking pretty good in the short term. As you can see, we've seen some extreme declines, especially on this day. We've seen a gap down and also more than a 4% drop on that day. This is mainly because of inflation data that came out that shocked a lot of people, a lot of investors, and we are expecting to see some form of an aggressive move to happen this Wednesday at 2 p.m. So let's talk about exactly what kind of price action we can expect. So in the past, when the Fed came out and raised interest rates, we've seen a very bullish price action in the short term. So really during that day when the Fed speaks at 2:30 p.m. after they talk about raising interest rates and what their plan is, we see an extreme bullish sentiment happening across the board with the stock market, and unfortunately the next day we see a massive drop too. So if we get any kind of similar type of price action for this Wednesday, that could mean that we might break out and potentially test 400 on Wednesday and may have a massive drop the next day. So those are the type of price action that we've been seeing recently after the Fed raises interest rates, and also the amount by the Fed's going to be raising interest rates is also going to be really questionable because, as I mentioned, we had a pretty massive surprise when it comes to the inflation data that we got. So we're talking about either a 75 basis point rate hike or a full 100 basis point rate hike coming up. So that is going to be really interesting. But overall, even if they raise it by 100 basis points, based off of the price action that we've seen in the past, the market has rallied during that day when we get the official rate hike. So that is going to be the short-term price action we're expecting on Wednesday. But on Thursday, it's actually the opposite, right? So if you remember, we talked about it several times. When we get these kind of rate hikes, the next day is when we see an aggressive sell-off. So if we drop, let's say, for example, we rally to 400, and the next day we might drop, back to, 388 or 390, or even tomorrow, of course, Tuesday, we don't have any big economic data coming out. The only economic data coming out tomorrow is going to be at 8:30 a.m. We have the building permits and also the housing data coming out, housing starters, SAAR data coming out at 8:30 a.m. So that might potentially have an impact on some real estate stocks, the REITs and things like that. But overall, all eyes are going to be on Wednesday. That's going to be the big day to watch out for. So if we're expecting these kind of market volatility to happen on Wednesday, what could happen for Tesla? So for Tesla too, if we see an aggressive move happening across the board, if the stock market decides to rally on Wednesday, we might have a breakout of Tesla going from above $314. As you can see, this is a resistance price point that we're watching. We might see a breakout to 320 area, and on Thursday we might have a pullback. So this is the type of price action we're expecting. Another key price point level that we're watching for Tesla, of course, is that we have a slight support right around over here around 286, and we have a strong support at around 280. So this is also going to be two key price point levels that could potentially be tested in the short term on Wednesday and on Thursday. So of course, also on Thursday, we are going to be getting initial jobless claims data, also continued jobless claims data is going to be coming out, and that also going to be some form of, that can also have some form of an impact with the stock market too. So definitely be on the lookout for that. In the short term, these are going to be the main things that we're watching, the key price point levels that we're watching for the open market. Around 400, we might potentially test that, and if it drops, we might potentially go back to 370, 380. We might test it, but overall, we're expecting some form of a rally to happen on Wednesday and a sell-off to happen on Thursday. So that's going to be the short-term price prediction for the open market, also for Tesla stock. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think is going to be happening? By how much do you think is the Fed's going to be raising interest rates? We had some pretty big surprise on the inflation data that we got. A lot of people are expecting that inflation was going to potentially be under control, but we had a pretty big surprise. So let me know in the comments below. I'll let your opinion. Of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, make sure you hit the like button. But I'll catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.